Thank you so much for staying with us. The time at Antigua and Barbuda is 7:22. In the studio is Joshua Francis from Good Humans 268. Good morning, Joshua.
Good morning.
All right, let's get right into it. So you've been busy. You went away. You did a whole ton of stuff. Fill us in. Like, you've been so busy. You've been with a YLAI. You went to Jeff. You did a top 10 pitch. Come on, talk to us.
There's been a lot.
Yeah, fill us in. Fill us in.
So,
fill us in.
Let's go back to Young Leaders of America's initiative.
Yes.
Came back with a trophy from top 10 pitches.
Hey.
I know, right? 231 pitches and we made it to the top 10. Mm-hmm. A big deal. We didn't win, but we made it to the top 10.
From 200 and what you said?
231.
Come on, that's a big deal. Antigua and Barbuda is up there.
On the map.
As usual.
I would say to somebody that left Antigua, not thinking, we didn't even know that we were going to get trophies.
Uh-huh.
Now I have a trophy stand, so now I have 5 trophies.
Nice.
I know, we did 4 last year.
What was your pitch about?
Being disabled.
I was reading it while we were waiting for you to come. So you told them your story, mm-hmm. and you included that in the total pitch.
Correct. So my pitch technically went fired and fighting for the last 5 years.
Yep.
I was fired because of a disability. The cartilage in my knees are failing me.
Congratulations, by the way.
I can't remember it. So I remembered it like I knew it word for word for the competition, but no, it was just a storyline.
But I'm saying congratulations, by the way, because
I didn't win. I won in theory. But I didn't win in actuality.
Okay, that's
I gotta take them back to court.
Okay, that's for another time. But so you told the YLAI people about the issue that happened with you, and you pitched all of the information to them, and then what happened?
So the pitch initially, so there was a 3-round competition. There was 90 seconds and then 2 minutes, and your pitch had to talk about your business. Mm-hmm. And Good Humans 268 was formed on the notion that I was fired, and the Disability Tribunal is not up and running. Still not up and running. For those who don't know, we have a Disability Act. It was passed in 2017 and 2026. Still not up. So we have been lobbying, and shout out to the Honorable Kiz Johnson. We had a meeting, and the ball is now somewhat rolling towards getting the Disability Tribunal, which will enforce the Disability Act. So
okay,
for very shortened version of the long story, we have about 25 organizations that deal with disability. The council will form one person from each organization, a lawyer, a doctor, the permanent secretary. The council then informs the tribunal, which helps to ensure disability issues are heard. So I went to YLAI and I spoke about that, and we came back with a trophy. And then I went to Uzbekistan. Jeff Small Grant. Shout out to Natalia from Jeff Small Grants, because back in 2023, they were the first funding agency who believed in the mission, and we got $50,000 US. And then I was able to go to Uzbekistan
Where is Uzbekistan?
Asia.
All right, go ahead.
48 hours of flight.
I heard you say on another show that you went back in time.
I went back in time. I left Uzbekistan 2 o'clock, but I reached JFK 8 o'clock, which is it's so weird because they're 9 hours ahead. You're technically, I was flying. Yeah, so you weren't flying. You went back in time. Yeah. So that 9 hours is. And then when I was at the desk was like, well, you're the first time traveler. I was like, no, I'm not. There are multiple people who did it. But it's just so, I would say time zone differences, it's crazy because they're 9 hours ahead of us. Mm-hmm. So one of the biggest challenges I would say when I was got into Uzbekistan was communicating back home.
Because people are still sleeping.
Correct. So idea 9 o'clock in the morning sending message like, Joshua, it is actually not morning. So you have to wait until 3 o'clock to then start messaging people, and then by the time it's time for me to sleep, they're in the middle of their day.
Okay, let's talk about the other initiative, or let's talk about the waste management survey that you have out now. Just one question. Tell us about it so people can participate.
We are hoping to get to the place where we get to 50,000 responses. Well, actually 60,000. The population is 100,000. We want to get 60,000 responses on who's responsible for paying for waste. That is that one question, 30 seconds. It is on our social media platform. We blasted it on Instagram, Facebook. I think with the YouTube videos should be going up today. And then we also had it on WhatsApp. And we're encouraging individuals to answer Yes or no?
Yeah, it's do you think those who generate waste should help pay to manage it? Yes or no?
That's it.
That takes like 5 seconds.
Yes,
you click the link, it opens, it asks you for your email
30 seconds
address.
because it asks you for your email address. You have to type in your email address.
And then select the answer and click send. Okay, so about 30 seconds, everybody. How do we get to participate?
So we are just letting individuals know. So we've blasted it on our social media platform, our WhatsApp conversation, and we're encouraging businesses and family groups to send it in their group chats. What we need now is baseline data. We do not know the population's thought. So we're sure everybody who works at Observer needs to answer it. Everybody who works in the government ministries needs to answer it. Every FET promoter, any job, we're encouraging you to ask your staff to answer the question. Mm-hmm. Baseline, from we have that baseline, we can then develop other things. For the individuals who say no, hence and answering your email address, we want to know, why did you say no? Why do you believe that you're not responsible for paying for waste? And then the individuals who say yes, we want to know, how much do you think you should pay for waste? And the idea for Good Humans 268 Inc., going back to the Patreon in Pakistan and all that we're doing, we want to change the law. We want to make it mandatory for households, businesses, events, and everyone to manage waste differently. From the time we're able to manage waste differently, and I've been running the calculations, based on the census in 2011, we have 28,000 homes. That's around to 30,000 homes. 30,000 homes paying $45 per month. So even if 15 people live in the house, you're only going to pay $1.50 per day. We can generate $16,200,000. And from that, we're going to be able to give individuals with disabilities jobs. The money is not coming to Good Humans 268 Inc. It is going to the government of Antigua and Barbuda. The legislation change is designed to increase government revenue, and how we fit in, we're hoping the government subcontracts us for different things. Like, for instance, the training sessions. We need to train all schools, all businesses. It's going to take us years to do that. And we also want to be subcontracted with regards to the logistics, because now when we have 3 bin systems, we need a recycling facility, a composting facility, a general waste facility. Now we need a bigger team, and we're hoping that from the money the government generates, we're going to be able to be consultants.
That sounds like a really good strategical plan. You have how you're going to collect the money, you have what you're going to do with the money, and what the outcome is supposed to be. I wish everything was done that way. We're going to take a quick break for the Rovia Minute, proudly powered by Rovia Medical and Surgical.
This is Observer AM.
Welcome back to Observer AM. The time in Antigua and Barbuda, it's 7:34. You're listening to us on 91.1. I'm in studio with Ms. Joshua Francis, the leader of Good Humans 268, the founding member as well. Joshua, before we left for the break, we were talking about the waste management survey. I just want you to talk about it again for a couple of seconds before we move on to the other things, just in case somebody just tuned in.
So the idea for our waste management survey, we are trying to gather baseline data. It's a 1-question survey. It's asking if individuals believe that those who generate waste should pay for waste. The answer is literally yes or no. And we're collecting your email address, because after this initial survey, there's work to do afterwards, because we need to reach out to those who said yes and those who say no. Because what we need to do is a deeper understanding of how individuals see waste. I am a believer that waste needs to be managed from the source. Dominica Waste Management literally just launched their campaign. Waste has to be separated from the source. So when we say the source, we're talking about households, businesses, events. From that initial point, we have to have a 3-bin system. We need to general waste, recycling, and composting. And the idea for Antigua and Barbuda is to do it with households, businesses, events. So every single person, everywhere you go, it's going to be a 3-bin system. And I want to encourage individuals to follow us on social media. We can make $53 million every year from waste. From households, we're saying $1.50 per day. We're going to add it to your electricity bills. It's $1.50 per day, $45 per month, 30,000 households. That's $16,200,000 just from households. For every event, we're gonna add it with. We're not adding $1 from that $150, $100 from that $60 ticket is gonna go to waste management. So every event, we're gonna do it. Can you imagine? Think about it. Mass Carnival, you have spent, and even if it's not $1, we go to $5, you have spent $1,200 on a on a costume. From your $1,200, we're saying $5, not $100, not $1 million, $5 from your payment to your costume is going to go to waste management. So all of the things that you consume during your activities. So even if you were to do T-shirt mask, Juve, Carnival Monday, Carnival Tuesday, you've only paid $20 as an individual for the waste that you are going to generate during those 4 days activities. And then we're saying at the business level, every business, just like you submit annually to Inland Revenue for your finances, you're going to submit to the Waste Management Authority for your waste. We're going to do waste audits. We're going to do a situation where for food handlers, every 2 years you have to renew your food handler certificate. We're lobbying to add a third day. We want to teach people about the 12 types of waste, the Sustainable Development Goals, how waste is connected to all that we do, generate $53 million, give jobs to individuals with disabilities.
Talking about how waste connects to all that we do, let's talk about tourism and waste, because there's some Airbnbs that, you know, I look after and so on. And one of the questions that I get from persons that come from like Germany, those kind of first world countries, as they're called, oh, Sharon, you know, how do we dispose of our waste? And I'm like, well, I'll deal with that, because we only have like one trash bin, and they're coming from a place where they're used to separation. Sometimes I feel a little embarrassed because I'm like, hey, we're so forward thinking and whatever, but we're still kind of, backward in some of the things that we are presenting. And as a tourism country, that is something that I believe we need to look into. Do you agree or disagree?
So I've actually reached out to the Tourism Authority, and I believe that tourism is our biggest waste contributors. All of these hotels, shout out to Gallibay. Gallibay has actually, we've been partnering with Gallibay for the last at least 3 months. We went in and we did green team trainings, and then we did trainings with the other staff, and that is what we're now pushing for all of other hotels. After we do your training, we also come in and do a waste audit. So we're now going to tell you, like, these are the things that you can do. And then what I'm hoping to do is each hotel, we're asking them to pledge $10,000 towards the buying of a machine that's going to turn the glass into sand. Glass is made from sand. There's a company in Louisiana. I had the pleasure of going and seeing it in action, and the possibilities are endless. That machine is going to cost us about $116,000 US. And if we were to add the composting machine and a building, we're looking at investing about $300,000 US. And the idea is that $300,000 US, we shouldn't wait on the government. Each hotel, bar, restaurant, we're going to give the money to Tourism Authority. We're going to buy the machine, and then as a country we can now brand that we are now collectively doing better when it comes to waste management. So all of the boats that come into our yard, we want to get to the place where we get to I think it's 1.5 mil, 1.5 hundred, I don't know, I think it's 1.5 sea customers is going to come into the port. Can you imagine all of the waste from those boats? Instead of sending everything to the landfill, we now have a structure: plastic, glass, composting. From that, we're going to be able to give individuals with disabilities jobs. We have had 4 landfill fires and an oil spill this year. We cannot wait on the government, and we cannot wait on external funders as a country. And I've reached out to Tourism Authority. We have a meeting, I think it's the 23rd of this month. Can we get all of the hotel owners to come together? Even not the owners, the general managers. Can we get all the bars to come together? Can we get all of the restaurants to come together? And we're going to share the vision that together we are going to buy the machine that is going to turn glass into sand, and we're going to buy the machine that's going to turn around compost in as little as 48 hours. We're going to be able to give individuals with disabilities jobs. We're going to save the landfill. We're going to generate revenue. We are going to change how waste is managed, how waste is looked at with households, businesses, events, and training at food handlers. We can generate $53 million baseline. That is no external funders. That is nobody coming in and giving us that investment. That is us as a country coming together saying we are going to do better when it comes to waste management.
Well, Josh Wannett, after you've said all of that, and giving us all of this information. I think you mentioned it's Louisiana would do the
Glass Apple.
Yeah. So obviously, all of these different events and organizational things that you attend and do your speeches and so on, you're rubbing shoulders with different people and networking, and you're coming back with all these ideas, and you have plans. You have how you're going to set it out. You say how you're going to get the money and what you're going to do with the money. My question is, are you engaging with anyone? You said tourism, but are you engaging with the government itself, and are they interested in engaging with you to find out how they can assist you to implement these plans that you have?
So I've had a conversation with several of the ministers, and I will say it's a long haul. It's a long haul conversation, because even for the home implementation, it's going to take us about 2 years to even get to that stage. But what we have to do in year 1 and year 2 is a survey, number 1. Number 2, we need to do several consultations. We then need to go and change legislation. And after we do that, I want anybody to think, okay, in the ideal world, we can get grant funding and we can buy the bins. But how about we put a plan in place that come January, we begin collecting that $45. We're going to look for grant funding. We're going to see if anybody's going to give us the money. If nobody gives us the money by December, as a country, just from homes, we would have been able to get 16,200,000. We can buy all the bins. We need to buy each household 3 bins. That means we need 150,000 bins. Added to the 150,000 bins, we need 3 different facilities. So the idea isn't just to rush into it. It's how do we strategically plan? It needs to be a 10-year plan. It's not going to happen in 1 year. It's not going to happen. Sharon, I have to come back here 10 more times, because what's going to happen is we're going to meet people. Yesterday, we had the pleasure of speaking to a gentleman, and the man literally say, who is you to say that we need to change the waste management system? We've been having landfill fires, that are the norm. And I said to him, they literally...
This is the mentality that we have to change, Joshua.
Exactly.
Like so you go all the time,
so let come so.
That don't make no sense. How are we going to progress and become the country that we say that we want to become?
And how is it fair to the people in Five Islands? How is it fair to the people in Cooks? If we're expanding our university and we're expanding Five Islands,
we're going to just allow these fires to continue and just say, so you go all the time.
And the only solution to the problem at Cooks, no matter how much degree you have, no matter how much machines we have, the problem at Cooks will not be solved if we keep sending everything to Cooks.
And we're sending it and leaving it the same way, stacking it the same way.
I don't want nobody call no FET promoter and tell them that I call their name. But think about it. Insane. Miss. Over the weekend, we had IREP. And I've been calling Jime's name because Jime is the biggest event. We've been to Rise. Rise has 3, not 1, not 2, 3 big skips, the mega skips. Is it fair to the people of Five Islands that 8,000 people estimated from all around Antigua and Barbuda gather at the stadium? You throw everything into one skip, and from that one skip, it goes to the landfill. And then a few months later, we have a fire. Is it fair that Insane is the biggest mass troop, the banner of the year? Same thing with Section, same thing with Miss, same thing with Caution. Is it fair that they're charging people not $1 or $2? There's no effect that's happening.
Joshua, I feel your passion, and you definitely have to come back if it is more than 10 times. Shout out to all the mass troops that are listening. You got to be a part of it, everybody. And we need to stop being reactive. Yeah?
And proactive.
We need to plan. All right, we're going to head on over now to the news desk for and you're listening to Observer AM. Before we broke for the news, Miss Joshua Francis just was in the middle of a thought, so she wanted to finish what she was talking about, and then we're going to go to our notices. Go right ahead.
So I just wanted to say that I'm calling out all FET promoters, all business owners, and let you know that you have been managing waste. You have been ensuring the event space is clean. You've been ensuring you have a skip, and a skip moves from your business to the landfill. We as an organization, not based on Joshua Francis, but based on regional and international research. We've done research in Jamaica, Barbados, DC, Louisiana, Uzbekistan. We know that waste can be managed differently. We need a 3-bin system. There needs to be a system, things that can be recycled, things that can be composted, and general waste. And we are calling out all the event promoters, all of the mass troops, and we're saying we can give you advice on how to better manage your waste so you can brand your event as eco and we can save the landfill. So it is not bashing you. We've been doing it for years. And yesterday I said to our interns, we have to deal with a 4-year-old, this new person who's just learning about waste, a 14-year-old, this person is now a teenager, a 24-year-old and a 40-year-old. We have to educate every single person that as a citizen, as a country, we are now moving to the trajectory of not 1 bin, but 3 bins. And it's going to work when businesses get on board, when event promoters get on board. Yes, we need legislation. Yes, we need the government. But calling out insane, miss, dumb street, I'm calling out Jime, I'm calling out crutches, I'm calling out all of the different event promoters. You can begin that change. You can begin that 3-bin system. You can change the way the waste that you generate is handled differently.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joshua and Francis from Good Humans 268. Best luck and wishes for all of your endeavors, and we hope that in the future we'll hear some improvement on some of the things that you have going on. Best of luck, lady, and we look forward to talking to you a little bit later again. Have a
Thank
great
you for
day.
having me.
You're most welcome.